Well, after weeks of promising it to myself mainly, I'm finally doing it. I'm gonna up-pot the lettuce and put them in the Green-stalk. Unfortunately, the soil is rock hard. It's been raining non-stop, but I guess they were sheltered enough that they weren't getting as saturated as I thought they should be. So now I'm gonna saturate them so that I can dig them out easier. So we're gonna give that a few minutes to settle and then come back to it. Well, unfortunately, I have a problem here. The soil is completely hydrophobic, which I never would have thunk where it was and the amount of rain we've been getting. But I guess it was getting shaded enough that it has been deprived all this time. So that would explain some of the stunting, I guess. But yeah, that sucks. Now I have to like water this and water this and water this before I can move on. Well, it's the very next day. I let this sit overnight, and I think that should have done the trick. So let's do some unearthing. Still, I mean, these are really puny specimens here. I was hoping for a better situation than this. And the soil is like damp. It's not even moist per se. Let's see, it's a little bit deeper. Roots. Alright, let's break these up. I don't know, I might be doing more harm than good at this point. There's some seedlings. Can't believe how hydrophobic the soil was, or still needs a little bit more work, even now. There's a bug. I hear it. I'm dispersing the soil here. Maybe new soil will help. Alright, I'm going to leave 2 specimens in here on this side. And I have plenty. And there's plenty more on the other side. So let's plant some of these, if not all of them. So when you put soil that is got matter that's still breaking down, then your sinkage just continues and continues and continues. And I don't have any more soil at the moment to mix up, so we're gonna have to deal with what we have here. Let's get the biggest one in. And good size of the other variety. So this is a mix of lettuce. Mosquito. Hold on, I gotta kill this mosquito. Okay, I was not able to see the mosquito, but we'll keep going here. I have several more, but I'd really like to get some of the other side, so let me excavate that. Alright, I pulled another half dozen seedlings. And really, at this point, they should be perfectly good lettuce. They're just stunted. And letting this lettuce go to seed is kind of in my way. Let's twist the other way. Alright, hang on. Okay, I think that's all the pockets. Yep. I have a lot of seedlings left, but I'm not going to go planting them in there. And the other green stalk, because I'm going to do Asian greens in that. So these seedlings are for the birds. The chickens, more specifically. Okay, that's that. A little more soil here. Nah, I'll put that in the other buckets. Alright, let's continue on while we're here. Firstly, we're going to take out a couple of these plants that are no longer needed here. This purple dwarf did not grow into much, so I'm just taking that out and leaving one of the Asian greens in. You can always propagate this, put it in water, let it root, but I don't think this is not a good specimen. This was a poor specimen of a plant, so this would not be your choice for doing that sort of thing. So this, let's see, this one was the better fruiting one, so I would use this as the specimen. Otherwise, I would let the fruit fruit mature and the seeds mature, and then use the seeds for next year. This other one is also doing well. And there's also another one in the back, or the side, that I could use. But today we're doing green stalk and Asian greens particularly. I also want to clear out this lettuce. This was a runty one, and I'm not saving it for seeds. I don't want to pull them out because that would disperse the little soil that's in here, and I don't want that. So we'll let that do its thing. So the seeds, as always, are tatsoi, baby bok choy, and pak choy. These are cabbages, and this is a mustard. But I just call them all Asian greens. And I don't know, I like to do things alphabetically. So there's a few pockets up here we're going to cover with the baby bok choy. So I'm going to do two seeds per hole, since we are in a season of, we want to be sure we have something come up. And these are small seeds, so we don't bury them very deeply. Now these seeds have been stored in my basement fridge, which is, it's actually supposed to be a freezer, but the top part, only the very bottom is a freezer. As in it keeps the water frozen, but the rest of it incrementally gets warmer. So at the very top is like close to, what was it, 55 degrees? So this is in a 40, the seeds are stored in like a 40 degree, 42, something like that area. So I think that's a good place for them to do okay. Now, this nasturtium, yeah, that's done. Let me take that out. And this one still has life, so I was going to leave this one alone for now. So let's see what's next. Pak Choi is next. I just plant the seeds around the existing root system. They'll figure it out. And then I will actually also put seed in the existing pockets with the tomato, because we know the tomato is going to be done soon, but these greens can survive a few frosts, so they can possibly give us something even with these tomatoes in the way of them. Alright, so that's 3 pockets of that one, and then the bottom is kind of full up. How many pockets do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have 3 pockets. Perfect. Move these for the taxoid. Pre-moisten this soil since I'm directly seeding, and I don't want the seeds floating if I were to water it now. There we go, done. So that's the end of my fall gardening, pretty much. As far as seeds going in, I think that is the last of them. Let's mosey around. While we're here, I'm hoping this creature will take care of... can you see it? I don't know. Where is it? I can't even see it in the screen. How can we see this? Okay, here we go. Where? No, it's over here. That's why I can't see it. I'm in the wrong... There it is. Finally. That creature. Oh, it jumped. No, it didn't. It just moseyed onto the other side. Well, I hope that guy, the stick bug, wins out. Well, I just wanted to really look around to see the other things we sowed in the last couple of weeks, if they've come up. I recently resowed more beets in there, but I don't see anything yet. I know we have a couple of carrots coming up. At least I hope they're carrots and not the mock Sweet Annie. Not Sweet Annie. Queen Anne's lace that sometimes shows up when I plant carrots. And here is the water spinach coming along. We are finally seeing some fruit on our very laborious cukes. There's that one, and then there's another plant under here somewhere with fruit. There it is. And then the carrots. How are we doing? See some, not great. What is it with these? Well, wait, I should remember what variety that was. This is good. So that variety in the middle. No, I think I mixed them all up, so I don't think that would help me. All right, what's in here other than spiders? Okay, not bad. Are they getting eaten over there? There is a hefty amount of slugs right now. I just seeded those with spinach yesterday, so we won't see that for a bit. But these, and this one is supposed to be leeks, and I do see leeks coming, so yay. But there's also a bunch of probably broccoli, since that is the plant that flowered and set seed and probably dropped in, so I'll thin that out. And then over here it's supposed to be rutabaga, which also, other than the clover, a lot of clover, probably has plenty of broccoli, but that will be harder to tell because they're the same leaves. Yeah, same leaves, so that's gonna be interesting. I know I did it in a circular pattern, so I'll do my best to thin it out that way. Oh, this is the other purple dwarf that I was mentioning, and I'm very impressed by this plant, and the flavor is also very good, so I will be continuing this planting. So there's I mean, it's not prolific, that's for sure, but it's definitely a good size, a short plant, good tasting fruit. And look how pretty the flowers of the scallions are. So nice. Well, thank you for hanging out. Don't forget, this Thursday, join us for our last live chat of the summer. After this, we'll return to our regularly scheduled afternoon programming in September. So don't forget Gardening Plus with Healy and myself. We will be chatting our summer, failures and successes. All right, talk to you all again soon. So I'll harvest more. Bye.